Hey.
Okay. All right.
Going into it. All right, we
The
see a
Ryu.
Ryu. Yeah, it's
I
been a very
really
long
enjoy this
time.
character.
Yeah, I think it's been a very long time since we've seen a Ryu in top 8. It's been since we saw iDoge at FPS actually that a Ryu made top 8 in a North American decently sized tournament.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was like over a year ago. It's been a while. We've seen a
Yeah.
Ryu on that level compete.
I
So Ghost
believe this
might
character.
be next up.
Yeah, I believe this character is extremely good, but we just don't see much representation because,
Yeah, not a lot of
in my
people.
opinion, yeah, even the people that I feel like would be good enough to play this character, either you know that have that skill set that fits this character, they're either playing another character or they just don't enter in tournaments like I do.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like this character is not very incentivizing for people to play, despite being like a top tier in my opinion, because he's not the easiest character in the world, and at the same time he gives a similar. He's not giving a higher reward than like every other top tier or anything. So you can just pick another character if you really want to win.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, the
Either way, though,
the biggest drawback for Ryu, I feel in a tournament setting is definitely how heavy like the execution barrier for him. Like not just to like get the true shoryu inputs, but just to also recover properly. Like using that focus cancel to mix up your recovery instead of always relying on Tatsu to recover. Like just being able to know
covers the
that.
role. Yeah, I think one thing like I don't know if Gosu or P-Bagel knows about Rigel's like how much he uses roll in to escape pressure situations. But I think one thing that people have to respect is when somebody doesn't know their habit at all, but still their own actions just tend to cover that habit just naturally. They have to respect that and change things up even if they don't know necessarily. Obviously the way you mix things up changes depending on whether somebody knows or if they're generally leaning towards punishing it without trying. But the anti-air Shoryu very crucial for Ghost right there, taking a
I don't
slight
know
lead right now.
if that F tilt out of shield, the shield breaker actually was intentional or not, but if it was, like it was gonna be a pretty good call out if Rigel decided to shield after pressuring Ghost's shield. You know, those types of call outs, you know, just really set the pace for what kind of set this is gonna be. Like what kind of player Ghost as well, just going for the hard reads, how he conditions his opponents. Maybe ripping it a little bit too early though, you know. Now Rigel knows that he's willing to just use F tilt whenever he feels like he's gonna start shielding.
Yeah, but I think on some level that a lot of players aren't accustomed to that idea. I think that should be dead here. Yeah, roll up. But yeah, I think a lot of players aren't accustomed to the idea of looking out for the opponent's intentions on certain actions rather than I think if like a punish attempt or a concept is unsuccessful, hell, sometimes even if it is successful, even high level players will struggle to be like, well, he missed right here, but he was trying to cover this, so maybe he'll get it right next time. So I should probably avoid this habit or try to avoid this action. So I think it's very hard for a lot of people to do that. So we'll see if Rigel does avoid it. But regardless, though, we're going with the slight lead right now. And I think the edge guarding is going to make all the difference in this matchup. Two characters with very exploitable recoveries in this game.
Yeah, and executing these inputs has to be so like tasking under pressure.
Oh,
almost gets the shield break.
Yeah, his own shield break attempts.
Yep. Going at it, these two players.
I think the execution barrier shows up even in situations where you don't miss execute, or it's just the unwillingness to execute in some spots. Like P-Bagel, if he just canceled that up air and assure you, we could have been on the next stock already. You know what I mean? Like it makes a difference to be able to have that willingness to execute, even if you don't miss execute in those spots, even if you take the safer route. I don't think rewards like taking the safer route in some spots, but either way though, we're closing this out. The edge guarding definitely showing a difference. It's been like 2 stocks at least in a row where
it was just edge guards.
Yeah. Another callback to iDoge. I feel like iDoge never passed up the opportunity. Like he was super confident in his input, despite, you know, delay and whatnot. I was so used to like watching him go for that like 50, 60 up air Shoryu.
Yeah, I think also having like a set situation you aim for it at, like off of up throw or whatever, makes it a little bit easier. But even then, like it's still difficult. You know, you still have to be used to like doing that input. Yeah, man, these players.
Peak play, peak play.
I'm definitely curious about this Dreamland pick. I think in this matchup, you know, especially considering how much mileage Rigel was getting off of his edge guarding, that'd be very interesting to see if Dreamland actually works out. I think Ryu is pretty solid on Dreamland, despite, you know, obviously the killing aspect of getting nerfed, and being a pretty edge guardable character. But
Yeah.
especially after that game 1, I'm very curious to think, like, why did P-Bagel choose this over everything else?
Oh, a little bit of whatever's going on right here. Yeah. Yeah, like you mentioned, it seems that like a stage like Dreamland with the high ceiling, you know, and the up air true Shoryu setup just being a Ryu staple. It'd be like, why would he even go? Why would he even suggest going here? But I just think being able to survive and just having that was weird. And just having like the room to move from platform to platform, having these platforms you know, to tech off of, on top of being a pretty like wide stage. Like the edge guard ability, like he has to sort of be put in a situation like very close to the corner in order for an edge guard to even start up. Oh, good high recovery to avoid that smash. That was definitely like I gotta get out of here type moment.
Bit of shield push on that down B.
Okay.
That side B is actually super good at trading with this. That side B.
You know who's someone that was really good at the, I don't know, what do you call the red fireball?
Shaku.
Shaku. You know, was really good at hitting like a whole bunch of Shakus in a row. You remember? Boxing.
ATL.
ATL,
boxing.
ATL.
Atlanta.
He was really good at it. I really enjoyed his Ryu. It was very technical.
Yeah.
That's like the only I know what to do. The red shorty. The red dang, I'm mixing them up. That one. Yo. Just like an avalanche of these projectiles. Super effective.
It's so good in neutral.
Oh, he's stirring something up. Not quite getting that punish. Alright.
Okay.
Rigel taking that stock.
Yeah. Pace of this game definitely dragging out with the Dreamland pick. We haven't seen any edge guards. It's just been these kills at like 130 or 150.
Yeah, especially like when people's punch game isn't like obviously these players both have pretty solid punch games, but when it isn't like at its peak or whatever, Dreamland shows exactly what type of stage it is pretty easily. But Rigel taking a pretty strong lead on this.
Okay. That looked a little bit wonky. I did not expect it to send straight up.
Shoot it too.
All we need is like a Doge moment. Like all we need is that one Ryu stock, and suddenly the G0SU could be doing pretty well.
Looking like a quite.
And also, I feel like Rigel's win conditions being his edge guards, sometimes he hasn't been too disciplined on them. Like, despite like having pretty solid ones, it's like sometimes he's too willing to let it rip, which is odd considering that Rigel is a Marth who does not F smash super.
Oh my god!
The DI down, he was trying to let go of ledge.
That was so clean,
bro. I don't even understand. I guess he cancelled it and then did down smash.
Yeah.
That's exactly what focus canceled down smash, catching Rigel just laying on the ledge.
I think down smash is fast to smash attack too, right? I could be wrong. It could be up smash, but I think down smash is fast smash attack. So also it's pretty devastating off of a focus cancel sometimes.
He got really mixed there. Oh my goodness.
And the distance of that side B, I'm not even used to it. Oh my gosh, so many variables. This because like Ryu not very common as we all know. Dang. Oh, beats out the side B that time. Off stage though, this could be a bear.
Oh, we see another one.
Bro, he's nice with it.
He is so nice with that.
He's officially valid after that game, bro. 2 stocks. With such a devastating input. Dang.
It's definitely one of those things where I definitely know it exists, but I never saw it implemented in this way.
Yeah, like actually being effective and
Yeah,
literally game deciding. Oh,
literally, yeah. Like it shifted momentum. It first shifted momentum on the first one, and then just closed out the game on the second one.
oh yeah. Side note, shout out to Metafly. Side note with that SD, I guess. Shout out to Metafly.
Just call out on his death. I see how it is. But yeah, this event could not have been as big as it was without Metafy. I'm just gonna say it because that draw of money as well as the generosity of Metafy just, oh man, it allowed more people to share the tournament, and it allowed more people to be like, wow, this gives me a chance to make earn some money, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the nature, we were talking about how it was odd that like some people didn't choose to enter, either because of the scheduling and everything, that oh, like these top players didn't enter. Oh, catching the shield drop. That's something that iDoge was doing at, you know, it's a very long time ago. Pretty random to mention this, but iDoge is doing at JV New Year's in 2021 is just up airing people's shield on platforms. If they shield drop, they store you. If they hold shield, you know, you still store you or whatever.
Yeah, remember
and it's a very strong option. Even caught me off guard, you know. But speaking from personal experience a little bit.
Oh my
yeah.
God. I guess that's why I just remember him just being at the center top of the stage, because he could.
Yeah. Oh, that down smash very slick and catching Marth going slightly high.
This is a G0SU staple now.
Yep.
Yeah, that down smash.
That's the G0SU.
What was I gonna say? But I think, what is it? The fact that some top players chose not to enter even helped a little bit in terms of people believing their ability to place within the money. So I think to an extent, you know, that can always be helpful.
Yeah. Like obviously we're gonna have our our godly ender sets and our extra and top 8 sets, but you know, like just looking at this top 8, just seeing all these like new faces and other people who like rarely place within the top 8 at an event this important, like it just shows that sometimes like these type of events is needed, because you don't want to be watching the same like top players just
and sometimes even just having players missing allows players to play other players, so you get a figure of like, oh wait, I didn't know this player could beat this player because they never played before. Like I took it for granted that the higher seed would win, like stuff like Pika player beating two hands in, I think it was winners top 32 or top 16. Like we would have never known that.
It was pretty early.
Yeah, we would have never known that if they never played. Like, you know what I mean? So I think it's pretty useful to have tournaments like these, at least for data.
Yeah, considering
catching the high.
Godly and Ender.
Yeah, that's always my favorite part about these types of tournaments. Without big, like all the big players in attendance, just allows for more data that we normally wouldn't see. I really enjoy that, both as a spectator and as like a person who has to look at all the data.
Exactly.
The overwhelming pressure that Fireball just runs across the stage and gets him. Oh, definitely.
Let's say Rip tries to. He was fishing for just a straight approach after Rigel with the up tilt.
Yeah, when you're at these percents, you're just like, your whole mission is to dodge Marth up tilt.
Yeah, Marth. This is definitely like a Marth up tilt. Is now like my win condition moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really good that G0SU's he's been doing this, but he's landing with focus attack, because it's hard to catch like where he's evading after it, and obviously we know it as heavy armor. It's not super armor, right? Are super armor and heavy armor the same thing?
Are you talking about focus attack?
Yeah, focus attack, because I know it takes damage, right?
Yeah, it's definitely heavy armor up until a certain knockback. It's not super armor.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because you can break focus attack. There's definitely attacks where focus will not take it.
Yeah, I remember iDoge talked a lot about how his biggest gripe with playing against MK was how good the edge guarding was, and it wasn't because any move like knocked back far enough, but it's because there were moves that had multi-hit, and that's how he broke heavy armor, like especially against Zaire, like an expert at his character. And Marth really only Nair, right? Is his multi-hit.
Multi-hit, yeah.
So, even then, 2-1 takes him to FD. I can see it, you know. This is like when everyone in Ultimates is talking about Kazuya just being insanely broken on the stage because there's no room to escape. Just punish and his skewed like Mr. Warlock.
I think there's a lot of ways to deal with Ryu's fair. Oh my god, fair short the classic, and then knockback striking, kind of sending him at that awkward ass angle. I think one thing, you know, that makes Ryu's neutral in terms of his approaching strong is his fair. You're gonna see it a ton from Gosu. You've already seen it a ton. But fair is the strongest approach option, just in a lot of ways. Oh, that was so slick. The way he canceled his focus backwards and then chose to use a projectile instead of bearing or whatever. Instead of aerialing out of the focus dash cancel.
Oh, and he just held it there.
Oh my god, is he gonna kill him? Oh, he meant to show you there. He meant to show you there.
Yeah, for sure. He definitely didn't. He definitely meant to show you there. What?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, he messed it up again. He messed it up again. This character.
Yo, he is just. You could tell he misinputted like 3 different times, but it doesn't matter. Look at all this damage.
Yeah, exactly. And like Gosu, like I'm not trying to make it seem like this character is unbeatable or anything. He's very skilled as a player. It's just sometimes like, what is it? Like sometimes kill potential is crazy, and then you just make a technical mistake. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
That's part of the reason why you don't see him in tournaments, because despite the ceiling being very high with this character, every person, I think every individual has their like certain things that they can't do with Ryu due to their control setup, which is actually very interesting. I think you could play the game of like, oh, I know they can't do this one thing. You know what I mean? Again, if you're fighting against a Ryu player, because I haven't seen them do this. You know, they're very unwilling to do this because of their. Oh, that side combo could have been crazy. Yeah. Oh, and running away with this game so far.
Yeah.
70% and 1 stock lead, both on top of each other.
Oh, like that side defense.
And gets the short offset.
That was
very good DI from Rigel though. That was very good DI.
On top of the knockback stacking,
I feel like I've seen situations where fair shoryu sends directly upwards regardless of, well, not directly upwards.
You think it's like how fast he's doing, or how not fast?
Yeah, how
like,
fast or late he's doing. How fast or late he's doing it, I believe. It's maybe messing with it, from experience. But I don't know. We'd have to ask Gosu about that. But either way, though, still maintaining this lead, and his punish game has looked so solid this game. At least getting 50% off of his first opening, the last 2 stocks. You know. Oh, that bear mixing it up from that Shaku last time. He did that same focus attack from like around full hop height dash cancel back behind the shield.
We see a little bit of SDI up. Yeah, SDI up.
Yeah.
That was really good on him to avoid any sort of grounded openings. You know, like, I'm taking to the air. No one's gonna stop me.
Rigel getting used to that one trick, man. I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
It's
now just like an RPS between whether he's gonna choose like what he's gonna do out of his focus. Stack.
Oh my god.
It's scary. You're just seeing just Ryu. It's like you see him and you're just like, what do I do about it? Like, if he overcommits with trying to nair him out of it, like Gosu's just gonna dodge him.
Yo, big power shield.
Oh my god.
He's
hits him below the ledge. Yeah.
No.
Oh my god.
Doesn't And
that was weak shoryu. Weak shoryu does not kill there.
Oh my god,
they played power shield.
They just played ping pong there.
Dragon Ball Z right there. A little bit.
Oh my god.
That was so
much is happening. That F tilt almost popped him. That back air almost did it.
Okay. Yeah, going for that down smash a little bit too much now. Rigel just knows when to get off ledge. What? Game 5. Wow.
Yeah,
this has been a really exciting set.
And another reverse 2-0 so far. Are we gonna see another reverse 3-0 after what Godly did to Ender?
No. Gosu took game 2.
Yeah, it was 2-1. Just
wait, no, my apologies. Yeah, that's on me. That's fine. It just seems like the momentum so far has been in pretty much Rigel's favor, and then Gosu, you know,
pulls out whatever he does.
Such a strong game. I think such a strong game from him.
This warrior, how do you? Oh no! I was about to say Monty, like as a Marth player and a Ryu player, like how do you feel about this matchup on both ends or on the stage?
especially on this stage. I feel like Ryu generally wins, but especially coming from my opinions of the cast and like where my tier list puts both of these characters, you would expect it to be more one-sided than it is. But I think, especially considering how weak the recovery can be on both ends sometimes, I think, and how strong the edge guard can be, that this matchup is fairly even. This stage, I mean, I get it. You know, it makes sense blast zone wise, I feel like, but it also cuts off Marth's ability to, dash away, which we didn't see make too much of a difference last game, where, FD is a little bit bigger than WarioWare, but, you know.
Oh, wow.
Rigel doing a tiny bit better on
crazy anti-air.
I mean, not being down, but yeah.
I just think that the platforms, like the side platforms being very low to the stage allows for Ryu to escape a lot more, because these juggle situations, you can either evade to the top platform or try to bank like landing on the side plat.
Mm-hmm.
It was a similar setup to last time. I could tell he put in the effort into a lot of these. Not getting that down smash.
Alright. There's a position I see Rigel take a lot, is just he just goes onto the opposite side of the side plat and just tries to evaluate from there.
Even though that's like his usual playstyle.
Oh my god, and it's looking so one-sided right now.
Yeah, for sure. A lot on Ryu.
Oh my
god. Oh my god.
No way. Oh, he doesn't finish it off. Oh! Still on this no hit streak, but Rigel breaking that a little bit. Oh my god, this could be it. Oh, messes up the Shoryu. Goes through though. Getting really strong right now.
Back air?
That back air.
Oh wow.
Really strong game 5. Both the adaptation and also I feel like a little bit of poor stage counterpicking on Rigel's part, despite,